Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to Sumi, and peace out to the rest of you. The blackest hearted, blackest minded, blackest man on social media signing black in and shining again and asking you to hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. And with that being said, let me go ahead and help y'all out with something. I want to give a shout out to the men of a particular Facebook group, but it's private, and I'm not going to say their name out there. But it is a group for black men, and those in the group that hear this will know who I'm talking to. I'm sorry, that was bad English from an English teacher. Those in the group, when they hear this, will know to whom I'm talking. Forgive me for the sound, but my sinuses are acting a further-mucking fool. I just ran out of decongestant. And I'm also experimenting with some foods to see if I'm allergic to them. So I may be, that's a different story. I'm just saying, when you hear a type of snort, I apologize, but it's the best I can do with my sinuses. I think I need some gumbo. That always works. There's a man, and I'm going to say only the last name, and that's Mr. Kitchen. I know that's not his real name, but he'll know who I'm referring to. Mr. Kitchen asked a question that's vital. That is, how would black American men reasonably break away from black women? What does that look like? And I'm going to answer that question for Mr. Kitchen and for everybody else, not just in the group, but under the sound of my voice. Because there's an influx of men that are coming in to this space, to the black manosphere, to red pill awareness, to red pill black awareness, you could say. This causes a pattern wherein people come in with a little bit of knowledge, but then the bulk of the knowledge is only held by a few within that sphere. And I would say I want to help more of us know more in depth at the same time. So here it goes. The answer to the question is that we really aren't breaking away. We are accepting that she's already broken away while still trying to use us. That's what we're doing. We are refusing to be used by she who has already broken away from us, laughed about it, bragged about it, and then tried to raise another generation of females to do the exact same thing. Stay away until you can use us, but not in ways that people normally use each other, but rather stay away except for when you can use them specifically, meaning us, specifically in ways that she and she and she and she and she over there would never tolerate us using them. Never. Use in insulting ways specifically because we deserve to be insulted and they never do. No matter what they've done, they never deserve to be insulted. The only thing they can't do is to deserve to be insulted and to deserve negative consequences they don't want. Now, I'm going to say that if you are a black man and you consider Ice Cube to be a coon, you are a goon and a mamdingo. You're part of the problem. You can say what you want about Kanye. Even Kanye once said, I was using Trump, but he was actually using me. But pretty much Kanye is saying he's not on the Trump bandwagon. So there's doubt about him being Kanye, but I don't necessarily trust him. There is, in fact, I want to point out that there is, in fact, well, Candace Owens, you can say, yeah. Not so much because she wants black folks to have standards, but because she just exonerates white America and the white Western world in general for what they've done. Now, you can tell black folks to get our act together, but you do it when it's only us around and it ain't none of them around, and you do it in a way that they don't approve of. You don't do it in a way in which they would approve. Absolutely not. Next. As far as what it looks like, it looks similar to when you understand that the women to whom you're attracted normally automatically consider you inferior to the men that they told you they don't like while pretending to appreciate you. It's the same thing. What that looks like on a personal level is what this looks like on a mass level. And that's the answer to the question. We're not necessarily breaking away from them. We're just admitting they've broken away from us. They've pretty much been cheating on us. They've been cheating on black men with black boys, black overgrown boys, white men with each other, and with white women. That's what they've been cheating with. But they've been cheating. Then they broke away. And that's kind of what it looks like. It looks the way it looks if Scottie Pippen Sr. were to remarry and he married to a traditional woman from the continent, or a traditional Afro-Latina, or you get the idea. It looks like, and I'm going to tell you what also it looks like that's not as well equally talked about, though, Mr. Kitchen and others. It looks like a blue passport with a black male face in it. It looks like a plane ticket. It looks like a nice seat on an international flight, hopefully with some movies. It looks like a nice meal plan on that flight. It looks like a stamp inside that passport from somebody else's, some other country's customs. It might even look like a visa from that country's embassy to enter that country legally. It looks like some home in which to stay that's not inside of the U.S. and it's not inside of any other Western country that would pride itself on what they call women's liberation, but we know to not actually be that. It actually looks like palm trees and warm weather year-round in most cases. Not only, but in a lot of cases, that's what it looks like. It looks like foods that you did not know about before, the good and the bad of them. You see, it's beyond even a look. There are the taste as well and the smell. The smells, I should say. I apologize. It smells like an airport tarmac after a rain. It sounds like jet engines and long lines and, of course, passport stampings. It sounds like people saying welcome to whichever country in English and in other languages next door. It sounds like people speaking different dialects of English and different languages when you walk along the street. It smells like the different foods that are cooking from inside restaurants and just regular street food carts. That's what it sounds like. It eventually, if you're quite lucky, it will feel like the inside of a lady that is not going to disrespect you. You know what I'm talking about. And it will feel like the sleep that you get from the post-cream pie coma, but even better because you don't have a very high chance of being robbed or violated or beaten in your sleep or being falsely reported for crimes you did not commit. Of course, I say eventually because to ascertain that it's going to take time. That's not an overnight deal, but that's waiting at the end of the tunnel. I hope that answers the question. There is one man in that group, and he also was in my audience, and he is with an East African sister, much like I am, from a neighboring country. And he knows what it's like to be treated well in exchange for being treated well, and he's actually still in the States, as is she. So imagine when you leave the States behind as your permanent residence, and you meet the ones that ain't indoctrinated with that women's lib and I'm always better than you no matter what. Imagine that. Thank you for listening. Black heart, black mind, blackout, black heterosexual non-idness male power because they don't like it, and black patriarchy worldwide, unapologetically, until extinction or judgment day. Assalamu alaikum.